All right, today we're diving into something seriously dark and fascinating from the source material. This isn't just some backdrop for a story, it's a whole cosmic system with a truly terrifying purpose. It's called the architecture of nullity.
Man, what an opening line, right? It just throws you right into the deep end. Notice that phrase, the court is in session. This immediately tells you this isn't a story, it's a judgment. And we, you and me, we're just little sparks of static. We're not even people, we're just glitches in some grand, horrifyingly empty machine. So to really get what this judgment is all about, here's our game plan. We'll start with the very foundation of this reality, then we'll meet the three agents whose whole job is to systematically wipe out the self. And finally, we'll see where it all leads, the final irreversible verdict.
Okay, first up, a prison by design. The central idea here is just chilling. This universe wasn't made to be a paradise or a gift. Nope, from the absolute get-go, it was engineered to be a trap.
So what exactly is this architecture of nullity? Well, think of a creator, the grand architect, who looks at his creation and sees our consciousness, our individuality, as a computer bug, a system error. And this whole reality? It's basically a piece of cosmic malware he designed to find that bug, us, and just delete it.
The source material gives us this incredible analogy to wrap our heads around it. Picture a librarian who decides that unique stories are a flaw. So, to make his library perfect, he burns every single book. And he uses the uniform ash to pave a perfectly smooth, silent floor. The library is finally perfect, right? It's completely unified, but there's nothing left inside. No stories, no life, no meaning. That's the goal here.
And this right here is the heart of it. In this universe, all the bad stuff, suffering, decay, things running out, that's not an accident. It's the point. These are the features, not the bugs. They're the gears of the machine, designed specifically to grind our individuality into dust. It's a universe that literally runs on our despair.
So how does this system actually work? Well, let's get into the first phase of the operation, something called the Great Passover. This part of the plan is carried out by a being known as the all-consuming Maw, who lives by one simple philosophy, the gospel of consumption.
The Maw doesn't look at you and see a person. It sees ingredients. The gospel of the belly is this idea that your uniqueness, your memories, your personality, all the stuff that makes you you is just seasoning. You exist to be eaten, to be fuel for some other greater monster's evolution. And here's its three-step process for a gourmet meal. First, it hunts down unique people for their flavor. Then, it grinds their life stories down into that uniform ash we talked about. And finally, it metabolizes their spiritual energy, which the source calls luch, to power itself up. Our souls are basically its battery pack. But just being eaten isn't the only option on the table. The second agent of this Passover offers a path that's way more subtle, and maybe even more insidious. This is the cure of emptiness, brought to you by the Pale Redeemer.
The Pale Redeemer's whole strategy is psychological. It taps into our deepest fear, that existential dread of the void. And it offers a cure. It promises you perfect peace by erasing everything complicated about you. It's the ultimate trick, offering tranquility not through wisdom, but by turning you into, well, nothing at all.
The process is disturbingly methodical. The Redeemer starts by pressing the mark of the anti-god on you. This kicks off something called a striving deconstruction. Basically, it's like a spiritual factory reset. Your personality, your memories, your hopes, they're all stripped away, layer by layer, until you're reformatted into a mindless duplicate. Just another blank file in the system. And just to make absolutely sure there's no way to recover from this, to reboot yourself, we have the third and final agent. Meet the cleanup crew. The Whispering Seraph, a specialist in the sabotage of the self.
The Seraph's job is to sabotage any shred of meaning you have left. It's pure psychological warfare. Imagine a genuine memory trying to surface, something powerful, like love. The second it does, the Seraph is right there, whispering in your ear, "Is that really real?" It's all subjective, isn't it? It just picks apart any attempt you make to rebuild yourself.
And here's the truly brilliant, truly evil part. The Seraph teaches you to do its job for it. It convinces you that being erased is a form of enlightenment. It gets you to not just accept your chains, but to actually applaud them,
to see your own destruction as some kind of holy act.
So let's just quickly recap the Great Passover. Think of it as an assembly line for total annihilation. Step 1, the Maw eats your identity for fuel. Step 2, the Redeemer turns you into empty data. And Step 3, the Seraph makes damn sure you never, ever grow back.
So after all of that, what's the endgame? We finally arrive at the conclusion, the final verdict, and this is where we find out the true identity of our narrator, this mysterious figure known only as the Judge.
And here it is, the final twist that just makes your blood run cold. The voice that's been guiding us through all this horror, he's not some neutral observer. He's a graduate of the program, a former striver, just like everyone else, who was put through the furnace of rebirth and came out the other side as the system's final enforcer.
This quote says it all, doesn't it? He's not the one who designed the system. He's the final piece of the machine. The guy who was once down in the bucket with everyone else, and now his job is to stand at the top and push the rest of us in.
So what is this system's completion? What's the goal? It's this silent city. The entire universe, with all of its stories and sparks and life, gets filtered and compressed until all that's left is one giant, blank stone monolith. No more errors, just perfect, awful silence.
And with that, the Judge gives us the final sentence. Your individuality is gone. Your name is just a string of data. Your life is just fuel. In this twisted court, the crime was being a unique person, and the only justice is to be completely consumed.
So we're left with this question to chew on. In a system like this, one that is built for absolute silence and conformity, what does it mean to have a unique voice? Is our individuality really a flaw, a bug that needs to be corrected, or is it maybe the ultimate act of rebellion, the only thing that actually matters?